Do you feel distant from the Spirit? Do you long to hear God, yet your prayers feel flat, unanswered, or heavy with routine? There are 12 words, 12 simple, sacred words that the Holy Spirit longs to hear. Yet, almost no one says them. These aren't magical incantations. They are not for performance or showmanship. They are keys, keys that unlock doors to peace, clarity, healing, and revelation. Today, I want to share them with you, not as a lecture or a doctrine, but as a living message straight from heaven itself. Lean in, for these words can shift the unseen realm, and once spoken, they can awaken the Spirit within you in ways that will leave your heart trembling with awe. The Spirit is not impressed by volume. He is not drawn to grandiose prayers or polished rhetoric. He is drawn to hunger. And hunger has a voice, a soft, sincere, trembling voice that says, I need you. Hunger is surrender. It is the willingness to step aside so that God can step in. I have known believers who had no platform, no polished prayers, no theological accolades, and yet when they whispered certain phrases, heaven bent toward them. These words, spoken from broken, humble hearts, moved God to act in extraordinary ways. And it is these words I want to give to you. The first word, the very beginning of obedience and intimacy with God, is yes, Lord. Nothing is more powerful than surrender. When you say, yes, Lord, you are not merely agreeing with a command. You are opening the deepest part of your heart to God's will. You are saying, even if I cannot see, even if I do not understand, I trust you enough to walk forward. It is in this yes that God's miracles begin. Isaiah, the prophet, stood before the throne of God, overwhelmed by the holiness and glory he saw. He felt unworthy, and yet, after his cleansing, he responded, here I am. Send me. That is the weight of a yes that walks into unknown territory, into sacrifice, into forgiveness, into the very assignments God has designed uniquely for you. It is a word that silences pride, closes the door to fear, and invites divine presence. Every time you speak it, the Spirit leans in, ready to move. The second word is have your way. True peace does not come from control. True peace comes from letting go. Jesus spoke these words in Gethsemane, in the shadow of the cross. Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done. This is not defeat. It is divine alignment. To say, have your way, is to release your grasp on outcomes, timelines, and expectations. It is to hand over the wheel to the one who sees the entire road, the one who knows the invisible paths and the storms before they arrive. It is the posture of trust, of surrender, and of faith that the Spirit will act in ways far beyond what you could plan. When you say, have your way, you create space for God's power, protection, and purpose to flow into your life, even through fire and difficulty. The third word is I trust you. Trust is the language of faith. Not blind faith, not theoretical faith, but trembling, real, obedient faith. When Abraham left everything he knew to go to a land God promised, but did not describe in detail, he spoke this faith with his life. To say, I trust you, is to step into stillness, to stop striving, to let go of anxious plans, and lean fully into God's presence. Trust does not remove storms. It anchors the soul in the one who walks on waves, who calms the chaos, and who leads through darkness with unseen wisdom. Every whisper of trust invites the Spirit to move visibly and invisibly, to rearrange circumstances, to soften hearts, and to awaken revelation in your mind and soul. The fourth phrase is speak, Lord. So many believers settle for echoes, recycled sermons, stories of old, and secondhand experiences. But God still speaks. He longs to be your counselor, your guide, your breath of revelation. Samuel, the boy prophet, thought he heard Eli calling him in the night. It was God. And when he finally responded, Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening, A prophet was born, a destiny awakened. To speak these words is to say, I am listening more than I am talking. Your words are more important than mine. The Spirit responds to that posture, revealing wisdom and guidance, not in the clamor of noise, but in the sacred silence of a heart ready to obey. The fifth phrase is forgive me. Confession is not weakness, it is power. It opens doors to freedom that pride keeps locked. David, after his transgressions, wrote in Psalm 51, Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. He knew the Spirit responded to a contrite heart. When you say, Forgive me, you invite revival, restoration, and intimacy with God. You're not confessing defeat. You are inviting presence, letting go of shame, and allowing God to renew what sin has tried to destroy. The sixth phrase is I forgive. Forgiveness is a weapon, a release, a doorway for the Spirit to operate. When you forgive, you do not erase the past, but you release your chains. Bitterness, resentment, and grudges block the Spirit's movement. Saying, I forgive hands the offense over to God, acknowledging that He is the just judge, and frees your heart to walk in mercy, peace, and supernatural healing. Even when others never apologize, even when pain lingers, forgiveness allows heaven to move in ways you could never orchestrate. The seventh phrase is thank you. Gratitude is the language that unlocks heaven's gates. You do not wait for perfection. You thank Him amidst trials, in valleys, in pain, and confusion. Just like Jesus thanked the Father before Lazarus walked from the tomb, and Paul and Silas praised Him in prison, saying, Thank you softens hearts, shifts atmospheres, and invites joy. Joy is the climate where the Holy Spirit dwells. Gratitude is faith expressed aloud. The eighth phrase is I need you. Humility is irresistible to the Spirit. David cried, My soul thirsts for you, my body longs for you in a dry and weary land. Admitting your dependence on God cracks open the heavens. Saying, I need you, is not a confession of weakness, but an invitation for God's power to flow through your insufficiency. It strips pride, acknowledges your limitations, and makes space for the Spirit to manifest strength beyond your own. The ninth phrase is you are holy. Reverence attracts the Spirit. To declare God's holiness is to join in the worship of angels. It is not mere flattery, it is alignment. It sets an atmosphere where heaven meets earth. Holiness purifies your heart, tunes your spirit, and makes you sensitive to the things that grieve and delight God. Saying, You are holy, is a sacred act of acknowledgement that invites transformation and intimacy. The 10th phrase is Come, Holy Spirit. There is no invitation more powerful, no cry more sacred. The Spirit comes where He is welcomed. Acts 2 shows us that the Spirit fell not because of ritual, but because of hunger and surrender. In that simple plea, Come, Holy Spirit, you create space for wisdom, healing, peace, and strength. Not thunder, not fire necessarily, but presence, power, and life-transforming movement. The 11th phrase is I believe. Faith does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers. Jesus said to the father of the demon-possessed boy, If you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. The man responded, I believe. Help my unbelief. Those words moved heaven. Saying, I believe anchors your heart to God's promises, creating room for the Spirit to operate in healing, deliverance, provision, and transformation. And the 12th phrase, the word above all words, is Jesus. His name carries authority, power, and presence. Philippians 2 says, Every knee shall bow, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. The Spirit exalts Jesus, and when you speak His name, darkness trembles, chains break, fear flees, and heaven opens. Even when you do not know what to pray, His name is enough. Whisper it, speak it boldly, declare it over your life. Jesus is the gateway to every blessing, every miracle, and every movement of the Spirit. These 12 words. Yes, Lord. Have your way. I trust you. Speak, Lord. Forgive me. I forgive. Thank you. I need you. You are holy. Come, Holy Spirit. I believe, Jesus, are not just words. They are lifelines, weapons, declarations, and invitations. They awaken heaven. They open doors to clarity, healing, freedom, and revelation. They invite the Spirit to move in ways we cannot orchestrate. They are simple enough for a child, yet powerful enough to shake the gates of hell. Not wait for perfection. Do not wait until you feel worthy. Begin now. Whisper them in the car, sing them in the kitchen, murmur them in tears, shout them in victory. Let these words become the rhythm of your soul. When you speak the words the Spirit loves, you do more than pray. You walk in step with heaven. Your life will never be the same, because when the Spirit responds to a surrendered heart, the impossible becomes expected. The miraculous becomes every day. Fear is replaced by courage. Anxiety is replaced by peace. Confusion is replaced by clarity. And you will know, beyond doubt, that God is not distant. He is near. He is active. He is listening. And He is moving in ways that will forever transform your life. Speak them. Speak them with your whole heart. Speak them with trembling lips. Speak them when you are weak, when you are strong, when you are joyful, and when you are broken. Speak them until your spirit rises. Speak them until the heavens lean in. Speak them until your soul dances with the presence of God. Yes, Lord. Have your way. I trust you. Speak, Lord. Forgive me. I forgive. Thank you. I need you. You are holy. Come, Holy Spirit. I believe. Jesus, begin today. Let the Spirit respond. Let heaven meet earth. Let your life become a testimony of surrendered power. And watch as God moves in ways you never imagined possible.